What is up, guys? That's right, another video all about coffee grinders. Now, I know every YouTuber, myself included, have spoken about grinders and done reviews on products before. This is a little bit different. This is not a product review. This is purely to help you understand why you might need a hopper style grinder or a single dose grinder, or in some instances, you may need both. So I think the easiest way to attack this to start with is to explain the differences between some of these grinders, because this is purely a hopper style grinder. You could single dose it, I have done in the past, but it's definitely not a convenient way to grind coffee. And a grinder like the DF83, for example, does come with a hopper, but it doesn't really work because there's no timed dosing, so you can't really fill that hopper and get the correct dose out of it each time you grind anyway. So I am going to run through the workflow of the hopper style grinder just to give you an idea as to how it works, and then I'll do the same for the DF83. So when grinding with a hopper style grinder, you're going to have that hopper full of beans. That's why it's there. Now, keeping in mind that there's a couple of key factors here that are going to make a difference to your grind quality, because having a full hopper means that those beans are sitting on your burrs. So when you hit that button to grind your beans, you're not getting the hot start. So what that means is with a single dose grinder, you get the grinder to move, pour in your beans, so everything is at the correct RPM. There's a lot of grinders starting to come through that have variable RPM, just to kind of explain how important the RPM of the burrs are. Because if you're getting different RPM, you're going to get a slightly different consistency. Now, we're not going to dive deep into what's better for filter, espresso, etc., but there's obviously a difference there. So when you're starting off on a cold start, let's say, so the beans are sitting on the burrs, you hit that button, it takes a minute for those burrs to get up to the correct speed. So the first second or two is not really at the right RPM. So that's one of the big differences from a hopper style grinder to a single dose, is purely just not having that hot start feature. However, one of the benefits is you can push a button, you have it to a set amount of time, which gives you a desired amount of coffee depending on how long that takes, which is nice and convenient. If you just want to make a nice quick coffee in the morning, hit that button, you should get the correct amount of coffee, give or take. If you don't want to be super precise, you don't have to weigh anything, hit the button, chuck it in the portafilter, make your coffee. And that's not to say you can't be precise. With most grinders, you do have a little top up button so you can get a tiny bit more coffee. Obviously, you can scoop some out as well if you do want to pull some of that weight out. Now, another advantage of the hopper style grinder is you don't necessarily have to weigh anything in. You obviously just have the beans in there ready to go. Now, there is a conversation about coffee freshness depending on how long they sit in the hopper for. But if you're making milk-based coffees or just a daily coffee, it's probably not too big of a deal. Most people are going to use their coffee machine every day, especially for the person that is watching this video. So moving over to a single dose grinder. There are ups and downs, of course, just like the hopper style grinder. So firstly, we're going to dive into the downsides of having a single dose grinder. So obviously there's an element of convenience. Now, this grinder does come with a hopper. However, like I said before, it doesn't really work because you can't run a certain amount of grind out without running it, weighing it back and forth until you get the right amount of coffee, and you're just going to lose that hot start feature that we've spoken about. Now, another downside is just not having the convenience of being able to hit a button and get the coffee out. You do need to weigh the coffee before you put it in, and then you need to weigh the coffee out. Unless you've got bellows, a grinder like this doesn't have a lot of retention, so you just do need to weigh a little bit more, but it is the kind of grinder you're going to be using if you're trying to get a little bit more precision typically. So onto the positives of a single dose grinder. Now, having the ability to single dose means that you're going to get a more consistent and a more precise coffee. And there's quite a few reasons for this. Firstly, you're going to be weighing the beans before you grind them, which means you're going to be getting the correct amount. And a grinder like this has very little to no retention, which means you're getting the right amount of coffee out. Secondly, because the burrs are getting up to the correct RPM before you grind the beans, you're going to get a more consistent grind size out of the grinder. Now, for comparison, both of these grinders are very similar in price depending on where you are in the world, but these are give or take a couple of $100, which in the coffee world is a very small difference. So I have been using this guy solely for the last few weeks. I've started using this guy again because I do have a kilo of beans that I will be drinking on a daily basis. Now, it makes sense for, especially when you're drinking blends, to run it through this guy, because the difference when you're drinking milk-based or even just a blend, the difference isn't going to be as noticeable as when you're playing with nice super light roasts or some funky flavors where you may need a single dose grinder just to get that precision out of it to get the desired flavor. So another time you may need 2 grinders, as I do at the moment, is if I've got a blend in here, which I do, and that's going to be the coffee we're drinking on a daily basis, whether it's for milk and guests or just something you want to smash out quickly before you head off to work in the morning, you're going to have that hopper full. And then if I want to start playing with a filter or I want to play with a new single that I've got, I don't want to have to empty the hopper, put it aside, put the single coffee through, use it, and then dial in again with the same beans to be able to drink the next day. So this is where someone like myself, and probably yourself, because most people watching these kind of videos are drinking coffee in a very similar way to most coffee professionals these days. So you can have your daily coffee set, you don't really need to play with it too much, and then you can play with your singles on this guy anywhere from your Turkish coffee all the way up to your cold brew and not have to affect the coffee you're drinking tomorrow morning. So if you don't want to spend $3,500 to have 2 grinders on your bench, you don't have to. You can definitely make this work with a single grinder. You can drink coffee on a daily basis through a single dose grinder and then still get the quality of your specialty coffees and trying to get that precision out of it just with a little bit more effort. And then of course you can do the opposite. Use this as a single dose grinder. I have done it. It's just not super convenient, especially if the hopper's full and then you have something new you want to play with. So if you are trying to decide between a hopper style grinder and a single dose grinder, I'm going to break it down for you and you can then decide for yourself which one you need if you don't want to go down the route of having 2 grinders on your brew bar. So if you're drinking coffee on a daily basis and you do want the convenience and you very rarely play with single origin coffees or different styles of brewing, stick with a hopper style grinder. There's no need to have a single dose grinder if you're drinking the same coffee until you finish that bag and you don't drink any other types of coffee like your pour overs and filters and stuff like that. That way you're getting a nice convenient daily coffee. If you want something that does have a little bit more precision and you're playing with different coffees on a daily basis, go to a single dose grinder because you can definitely still drink that on a daily basis. Slightly more effort. It's really not that much different, to be honest. And you do get a slightly better coffee out of it depending on the grinder you choose. So if I had to decide between having a hopper style and a single dose grinder, 100% single dose grinder. Better quality, more consistent, and a much bigger window. And myself, I drink so many different types of coffees that I need to be able to change it on a daily basis most of the time. Now I do have another grinder on the way. I think it's going to be here before Christmas sometime. That's of course the Time More Sculptor. I've gone for the big guy because, well, I need the more powerful motor that it has. The little 120 or 150 watt motor that the 64mm just isn't going to cut it for some of the lighter stuff we use. So it is a shame that this guy will be going home soon. I am very much in love with the DF83. Cannot talk well about it enough. Like I said, I'm going to pop the review to both of these grinders at the end of this video, so you can check them out for yourself if you are looking for an individual review. However, I'm all about single dose grinding at the moment. That may change, but at the moment, single dose is where it's at for the giant array of coffee that I have. Now, I could go down the route of running grind settings and particle analysis of each grinder, but that's going to be more of a subjective thing to each of these grinders. So we're not going to do that. We're not getting scientific. I'm not even going to make a coffee today. Well, I am, but I'm not going to show you guys. So for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day and happy brewing.